Fight fans, it's your boy Ak.
And I'm Barack the Boxing Bully.
And that's right, we're live here in Las Vegas, the Fountain Blue, for the fight that they're calling once in a lifetime. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence. Bud Crawford will be live for hours. Matt and Stak coming after. Dre, Roy, it's going to be a popping show. A lot of names in the building, Barack.
Wait, let's shout out the platform. Netflix came a long way, just like us. Somebody was telling us today, oh, man, you guys came a long way. We seen y'all from the beginning. But I remember when Netflix was like a distribution, like they would send you DVDs in the mail. My mother used to do it. I was like, what's that? You know, you had to mail the DVDs back. Now it's like the biggest network on TV.
It's the biggest platform in America. I mean, 300 million subscribers are going to get a chance to watch this fight just with their regular subscription. I'm not joking. There's nothing extra
streaming,
for this
baby.
fight. You're talking about two of the best fighters of our generation. I mean, you can arguably say that they are the two best.
No, 100%, because they've been dominant the longest. First of all, Bud has been on the pound-for-pound list for 10 years. Yeah. Literally, Canelo got on it in 2013. He was off and on, depending on who he fought. But these guys are the most dominant. No matter who else is on that list, it's those two that has been the most dominant in the past 10 years.
And I have to say, you know, again, I said it yesterday when this fight first was announced, people were saying, Bud he's bite more than he can chew, right? Too much. Moving weight classes. Why is it that this week I haven't heard any of that? People are just talking about the matchup. They're barely even talking about the weight anymore.
I'm going to tell you, shoulder programming. It reminds you. And when you see a picture of Bud looking jacked, you're like, hold on. And when they size each other up and they do the face-off, we see they basically the same size.
Yeah, they are. And Bud has longer arms. I mean,
but Canelo's used to fighting at that weight.
He's been there longer. We get that. But I promise you, this fight is not going to disappoint. We're about to have some folks. There's a friend of ours that actually supported us throughout our entire career at SiriusXM. Yeah. He's a big fight fan. He actually supports the sport, has so many big fighters on his show, and he's about to hop on with us now.
Let's go.
Sway
Let's go.
Colloway.
Get out of his way. Get out of his way. Let's go.
Yo, Stak, what up, dog?
But now you're gonna have to sit down though, bro. You got Wait, you about to spit bars? You about to spit some bars?
1, 2, 3.
Well, Horse might have some bars for us. We got Sway and we got Horse. Bridge Business, Sway in the morning.
That's right.
We was just on your show today. We had to return the favor, or you had to return the favor. We appreciate you guys being here.
Oh man,
y'all didn't. Last time we was on the show, man, y'all
had a little table. It was a little small table. It was like this. We had the shared chair.
This is amazing. Really? That's what we doing?
I'm saying,
changed over here.
Listen, it's a big fight,
Netflix.
Right? It calls for it. I mean, look, you've been a fight fan for as long as I've known you. Supported boxing, even having fighters on your show when they weren't really household names yet. Yeah. Why is boxing, this sport, so important to you?
Well, boxing, in my opinion, represents a metaphor for life in a lot of times, because someone was saying this earlier on the show, Horace, when somebody was talking about, it might have been you, Barack, how boxing is relatable to everybody in every fashion of life. Right. And so we like to see people compete. We like to compete ourselves. We like to win. Every victory is kind of like a step forward in life. You learn from it. I grew up watching the greats. I watched Ali on TV. I watched Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Roberto Duran. I saw, Lennox Lewis. I saw Larry Holmes. I literally visually watched them as kids on TV, and they became my first heroes. Muhammad Ali was the first book report I ever wrote in elementary, right? Wow. And so everything he stood for is who I wanted to be growing up in Oakland in the 70s, So even getting into this position to put boxers on, it was just my joy, my treat. I had Layla Ali on the show, and that was one of the biggest moments ever for me.
Yes,
we interview A-list actors, everybody from Denzel to Chris Pratt to presidents.
Just because she had that connection to Ali.
Just because she had that connection to Ali. May as well. So I've had 2 of his daughters on my show. May gifted me something from her father.
Wow.
And so I love boxing. I love it as what it stands for as a metaphor. People who go in that ring, put their life on the line every time they do it.
Right.
You know, and the passion that it projects to me, I think people could learn from. I don't think boxers get enough credit.
I agree. And since you've been doing Briz business, obviously you've been interviewing a whole bunch of people, but you picked up with Horse and you started Briz business, so you've been doing a lot of fighters lately. Plus, you've been around a lot more fights. So you've been around big fights. How does this atmosphere feel, both of you guys? How does this atmosphere feel compared to other fights?
Horse been to as many, if not more, fights than me. So
well, this atmosphere right here, it's the biggest atmosphere I think I've been on right now, as far as being in Vegas. Just like my second fight in Vegas. Yeah. I came here for the first fight I've been in Vegas with Terrence and Sean Porter, and that was when T-Bud put on the show. But this right here, being on Netflix and all of that, I used to watch boxing when it was like closed circuit. You had to go to the movie theater. When I watched Hagler and I watched Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard. So we went to the movie theater. The AMCs, they do it now, but we just went to the movie theater to see it. So to see it on Netflix now, this is something big for me right here.
Look, Sway, you had Bud on the show. You talked about, you had Canelo on the show some months back, and you always said you wanted to sit down and chat with him. It was a great interview, but you kept it a buck with him. You said you picking Terrence Crawford to beat him. Did you debate with saying that? Like, did you go back and forth with yourself?
Absolutely, man. I lost sleep. I lost sleep the night before, and I was like, yeah, Canelo, I got to tell you, I'm Team Crawford, and I ducked. I was like, I didn't know if he was going to throw a shot. But the thing I learned is that he respects respectful people. And he respected that I did that. I think he's an amazing fighter. If it was anybody other than Crawford, I wouldn't I wouldn't vote against him, right? But I have to do that because I've known Terrence for so long. But the best part of that interview with Canelo, and this is what you two do really great, is that you expose the world to parts of Canelo, aspects of boxers that people don't know about, right? We just see what hits the screen, who wins, who loses. But with Canelo, when we were able to sit with him, we got to find out who he was as a family man. We got to find out who he was as a businessman.
Very smart, very sharp businessman. And one thing we found out about, we always say who's the face of boxing. Canelo was definitely the face of boxing. The dude said, if a hot dog or soda sold in the arena, I get money off of that.
You get 80%. I said I get 80% of that soda, right?
That's it. So hearing that was just you don't hear fighters say that. So
but trust me, that interview inspired a lot of other fighters to renegotiate their deals. Like, wait a minute, am I getting some more for the merch or for the? So look, in boxing, it's common where fighters that make a lot of money, eventually lose it, right? Yeah. Like they just for some reason don't have the right people around them and don't keep it, so to speak. But I think that narrative is changing. We had Danny Garcia as a friend to the room. He's invested in so much property. Bud has property in Kansas City and Omaha. I think fighters are starting to learn that people tend to call fighters dumb. I think they got it effed up.
They got it effed up, but fighters, and we made this this correlation this morning between boxing and hip hop, right? And the parallel roads that people have to walk, just like a boxer. A rapper used to sign these horrible deals, didn't really have a great understanding of the business. Publishing, they sign away their royalty rights, all these different things. But as they got older in the business, they start learning to become more like Master P, or become like Eazy-E, or or some of the people, Dr. Dre, invested in Beats by Dre. You're starting to see artists become more enterprising with what they make from their craft. And so I think we've seen a lot of that with boxers. I think a lot of that existed. Larry Holmes had businesses. Back I think he had car lots or something like that. Yeah. So
car wash or something like that.
Something like that. So you're starting to, even the conversations with boxers, to me, when we had Steve Espinosa, we had Zab Judah and Antonio Tarver on today, there were a lot of women that work on our team that walked away and said, I never really heard boxers talk like that. Boxers are very educated. I said, man, I don't know where this stigma come from. But,
well, we're going to change that.
We're going to change that. And you guys serve an important role in doing that. Like the work that you've done and the amount of people that you've interviewed before y'all was in the spotlight. as you are now before all the smoke really put that gas in it and boosted it up to a new atmosphere.
That's a fact.
You've been doing this, so right now you set this is right for you guys. So we give y'all a lot of credit for that.
I appreciate that.
Don't come on this show giving us all this credit, bro. Cut that out, bro.
Sway, I gotta talk about the fight.
bro.
We gotta talk about the fight, right? Because I know Bud is your guy, but when the fight first was announced, I'm not talking about right now. Take me back to when they first started talking about that fight. You had to be nervous and say, wait a minute, maybe he shouldn't take that fight.
When I first started hearing about it, it was prior to Bud moving up to 154.
Oh, he was still at 47.
He was still at 47, so it was like, well, where would they meet? Canelo ain't gonna go down. So it didn't seem realistic because of the weight divide, right? And then when he went to 154 and was able to get that win and that right there, and then when you see the way he beats people, it made me, this is where your science would come in. I would wonder, how can the smaller man outfox the bigger man, right? And if there's anyone who can do it, it's Bud. I think he's complicated to figure out, obviously, because he's yet to be figured out. I think he's tough, to be knocked out because he has yet to be knocked out. I think he's crafty and intelligent enough to adjust to whatever challenges that he might face opposite of him with Canelo. Once Canelo throw those bombs and we see how he reacts, I think we're going to learn what the fight is going to be right after that. But once he throw his bombs and catch Canelo,
we're going to see how he
is it enough to keep Canelo honest? Who knows? But I want to ask you both this. What would be the most surprising outcome of tomorrow night's fight between Bud and Canelo? The most surprising outcome. You first, Sway.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
A draw.
Oh, I would hate that. That would be one of the worst things. That'd be one of the worst things in the world.
That's a bad thing, but
no, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right,
if it happens, I think it's some
because
corruption.
people don't be betting on draws.
I know, but
so that's a surprise.
But sometimes they're draws. I mean, look.
But if he feel like that's a surprise, how you argue that?
If we keep saying that these fighters are the best of this generation, people are saying now it's a 50-50 fight. Even the odds are saying it. Why would we be so surprised with a draw? That's what a draw is. Two evenly matched
So
fighters.
He can't even have his opinion, huh? Sway, you're wrong with your opinion.
I think when we talk about this stage and how this is a colossal, this is a mega fight. This is
nobody's
Mayweather
expecting a draw.
You didn't expect a draw with Mayweather Pacquiao. I wasn't hoping to see that. I think Crawford is coming to make a statement, and I think it'll be hard in Vegas for him to win on points.
All right, so forget
that's
about
a good point.
What surprises you, right?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I want to hear.
I think it's a first round knockout.
By either one.
That's a great answer. But let's talk about what you really think is going to happen on Saturday night, right? Give me an honest, not only just a prediction. Give me a little breakdown on how it plays out.
Well, for me, the fight is going to go like this. Bud going to be in the center of the ring. He's going to stay off the ropes.
Right.
And it's going to be that was my thing. It's going to be a boxing match or a brawler, like the boxer or brawler, right? So who's going to be the brawler? Who's going to be the boxer? So I feel like if it's the boxing match, Bud is going to win.
Right.
Automatically. So the fight got to stay in the middle of the ring.
Got it. Sway?
I think the same way Earl Spence, I think the way the world was surprised by Bud's domination of Earl Spence, I don't think he's going to dominate to that extreme, but I think he's going to score enough points where it's convincing.
Wow. That's his prediction. Bud winning fairly easily. and I don't mean like he's going to wash him, but you're saying he's going to win a lot of convincingly.
Yeah.
There you have it.
So.
Sway, thanks for hopping on with us, bro.
Hey, man. Stak, thank you, man. We here, baby. My God, we made it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we do Bridge Business. You can find us on Sway's Universe on the YouTube channel. All right?
I appreciate everything y'all do.
Okay.
100%.
Right. See you at the fight tomorrow.
Okay, hey. Y'all look, motherfuckers putting me on the spot. That was great, man. Let's keep
this party going.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, man, Sway's a real fight fan, real supporter. Right now, we swapping Sway for one of the biggest exec that boxing has seen. I don't know how many years. Our guy Stephen Espinosa,
former head of Showtime Sports for how many years? Actually,
I would 13 years.
13
that's a tough
years.
act to follow. You're gonna put me on that this way?
No, I mean, listen. I want to get into this fight, but I have to talk about this little clip that's been going around.
It
about
should be
Shakur
viral.
Stevenson.
It's not viral yet.
No,
but
we're gonna make it viral now.
So let me give you the backstory.
All right, he's gonna give you some context, sir.
I've known Sway since we were both 17 years old.
Really?
So Sway was coming up. I was in college in the Bay Area. Sway was a b-boy.
Right.
He had Flynamic Force. It was Sway and Tech.
Right.
what?
And I was a college radio DJ. I did a hip hop show at the Stanford radio station. He was in the Bay Area hip hop scene. So we knew each other. I used to sneak him into the gym to play pickup ball.
Basketball. Really?
At the Stanford gym. So I've known Sway since literally we were 17 years
Wow,
old.
that's
each.
I had
We
no
we
idea.
didn't set this up.
No.
It just happened this
we
way.
did
So
not
it's
know.
incredible.
Literally, there aren't that. He's everybody in the world on his show. And I said to him, there's not that many people who come on Sway on
Right.
Wake Up Show who've known you since you were 17 years
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
old. So
Yes.
he texted me. He said, "Hey, would you come on? Like, are you in town?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Shakur is gonna, come on." I said, "Great."
Right.
So we've gone back and forth a little bit on social media.
Oh no! He had. You
You and
definitely
Shakur,
have.
you mean? Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yes.
Shakur. So I said, that's good. It'll be interesting. It'll be good
Right,
to get
right.
on. So
And it felt good. And listen, just to let you guys know what I was talking about. Look, everybody watching here is a fight fan, so Shakur's been calling out Tank for years, and Tank has been fighting on Showtime for years. When this gentleman was the head of it, and Shakur always felt that Showtime and Tank's team didn't want to fight. But apparently you spilled the beans yesterday on Sway's show, and you said that Bob Arum is the one that blocked the fight from happening. You guys were ready for the Shakur and Tank fight.
Not Bob personally, but Top Rank, in
Yes,
general.
yes.
We made the call. It was a short conversation. There were
Right.
exploratory conversations, and it was sort of, look, I'm not trying to throw shade. There could be 100 different reasons.
Right.
But the question is, I wouldn't waste our time. PBC wouldn't waste their time making phone calls
Right.
on fights they didn't intend to make.
Right.
So at the end of the day, there was a call. It got shut down. And sometimes I think. This is what, when I've worked with fighters, this is what I always look. I don't have one-to-one relationship with every fighter on
Right,
Showtime, but I've always had the philosophy: if I'm going to have influence over your career, which
Right.
when I was running Showtime, I did, you should be able to have a conversation with
course.
me and find out, why is the money this?
Right.
Like why is this? Why am I not getting a date? Whatever tough question, and so that's a question, that Shakur was not able to ask in the past, and now we had an opportunity to sit there and clear the air,
Right.
on a couple different things, and I'll give him all the credit in the world because he didn't sit there and turn shy
Right.
when he was there. He was like,
Right.
"Okay, I got a question to ask you. All right,
right,
good. I
right.
got a question for you too."
Right.
Oh
So-
no, he's always been real. He stepped to his business all the time. Now you've been you're a part of boxing history, straight up and down.
Yeah.
You were a part of the 6-fight deal with Floyd Mayweather Jr. I remember 2013 when he fought Guerrero. That was amazing. So you've been around the biggest fights of our time. How does this fight compare to that?
It feels big, and there's some elements in this that make it bigger. Obviously, first fight at Raider Stadium, that's exciting.
Yes.
I love stadium fights.
Right.
Spence Ugas at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Spence and
Mikey
Spence
Garcia.
Well, yeah, Spence in Sheffield.
Danny
don't-
Garcia, Spence.
Don't get me started on Klitschko and Joshua
Oh,
at
my
Wembley
God.
Stadium.
Yes,
Insane.
yes.
Insane.
So personally, I love stadium fights. That's one of the things I'm most excited about. Netflix, no pay-per-view, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the debate, and it's not just one guy who's really good against another guy who's really good.
Right.
It's, is he too small? Is he put on too much muscle?
Right,
like,
right.
like who's had the better record? There's an entire set of debates going on.
Right.
Besides, everybody, debating who's the better fighter. It's, can he compete at this weight? Is he
Right.
too heavy?
Right.
Is his shoulder messed up?
Right.
All kinds of stuff.
I want to talk about Canelo because obviously you had a relationship with him. He's fought on Showtime, and then you know, DAZN came in the picture, did a long-term deal with DAZN, and you guys didn't work together for a while. Was there bad blood? Was there any communication, or did you keep a line of communication throughout that process with Canelo's team?
There's always been a line of communication. You know, he's been smart about his business. He's very calculated. He will take the best opportunity.
Yes.
You know, he was with Showtime for a while. He thought Floyd was going to be top of the heap. So remember, he went to HBO.
Right.
You know, then he bounced around. Then he went to DAZN. He came to us. He went back to DAZN. He went to Saudis. So the reality is, yeah. I mean, you've seen me go back and forth with, you know, primarily with other executives at other companies.
Like DAZN.
Sometimes it's not even back and forth. It's just forth.
Right.
From you.
Did Canelo change the game in terms of not being locked into a network and inspire other fighters?
He's one of those very smart about it.
Yeah.
But as an executive, you know, I have a rivalry with other competing companies. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm never going to blame a fighter. If a fighter screws me over, you know, that's one thing.
Right.
Canelo didn't screw anybody over.
Right.
He had outs in his contract. He was a free agent. He went to where it was. We've always maintained it. And even to this point, like, you know, I texted him 10 days ago. You know, we text about boxing stuff, non-boxing stuff. So life is too short and too unpredictable to burn bridges with people you might be in business with.
Yeah, that's a good statement. Okay, so usually in boxing, the best fighters in the world are the most competitive. So you got Floyd, you got Andre Ward, you got Shakur Stevenson, you got Terrence Crawford, you got Canelo. What about you? Are you that competitive as well? You was on top for a long time. Are you that competitive as well? Is that why you go so hard?
I take stuff personal, you know, and you know, and look at it like when you put your personal stuff on the line. Like for me, I had a successful career as a lawyer.
Right.
I gave that up, moved across country, you know, had this crazy idea I was going to help, you know, run a network.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
When you put your personal stake on it, it wasn't like, hey, you know, I changed jobs and moved a couple blocks down the street. Like, I pulled up my life.
Right.
So, damn right I'm going to compete. I'm going to take this personal, you know, in a lot of stuff I do.
Were you actually De La Hoya's lawyer at that moment when you decided to leave?
Yes.
So what was that like between you
like,
and him?
You know, at that point, you know, because he had transitioned, I was there at the start of Golden Boy Promotions. I was outside lawyer for Golden Boy Promotions. So at that point, I think he saw it as an opportunity. Because wait. I got
an inside guy.
This is my guy.
Right,
he's running. He's running.
And you said, "Psych."
No, we did a lot of business together. Yeah, we did a lot of business.
You guys brought boxing back. For me, this is my opinion. In 2013, it was like boxing had a resurgence. It was amazing. We started to see fights every other month. And before, every month, and before it was like every 4 months or whatever. Yeah. So you guys did that.
Yeah, but there are a lot of stories about the whole Oscar and Al Heyman thing, and that they did Oscar dirty. But look, at the end of the day, look, he's still doing his thing at the Zone.
Yes.
We like to see what's coming up next for you. But I want to ask you, as far as an exec and a fight fan, what fighter you never got a chance to be on your network that you wish you would have gotten?
That's a fantastic question. Let me think. You know, early on, you know, I did a deal with Eddie and Anthony Joshua early on.
I knew you were going to say that.
Early on. And part of the conversation was, you know, we want to bring you to the U.S. You know, and I know he came to the U.S. later. I don't feel like he ever really committed to the U.S.
Right.
Well, the first fight in the U.S. you got
exactly.
Yeah, I understand. So, but I would have liked to seen him really, because I still think, you know, he's a tremendous fighter, and he had so marketable
star power.
And so, like, he's the Incredible Hulk.
Do you think you would have took a different route with him?
I mean, I can't say it would be different, because at the end of the day, like, the stuff in the ring plays out the way it does.
Yeah.
But I always thought that there was, you know, I'm biased. Like, you know,
what did they do wrong?
I really thought there was an opportunity. He could have been a household name in the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
He really could. I mean, and I'm talking as bigger than Lennox Lewis, bigger than, you know, the Klitschko's.
Wow.
I think he could have been that.
All right, before you get out of here, you know we got to get your prediction, but I want give me a little details. Like, how do you see it playing out?
You know what? and I don't mean this as a criticism of the fight. I think this is going to be a fight fans fight. I think it's going to be tactical. I think it's going to be technical. I don't see it as a brawl. These guys are too skilled and too smart. I think it's going to be controversial. I think there's going to be a lot of arguments afterwards. So I think it's going to decision.
Are you a betting man?
I do bet on occasion. I do bet occasion. If I was going to bet,
who the money's going on?
I think it's Canelo decision. It's Canelo decision.
Okay.
Majority decision, or you think it's going to be unanimous? Because he's should I say he's making on a majority decision?
Yeah, I'm putting money on it. That's what I'm saying.
The other way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I look. It is 6 of one, half dozen the other. I mean, look, everyone is thinking Canelo has the physical advantages. He doesn't. You know, he doesn't have they're the same height. He doesn't have. He has a reach disadvantage. So, like, it's a toss-up. It really is.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, Stephen.
Always good to see y'all.
Stephen Espinosa.
Appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you. Man, we're still live.
Thank you, sir.
Man. Coming up with us.
Do we have somebody else?
No, I'm not going to get there and move back. We got 2 guys joining us right now that are responsible for us being on this network. I don't know, they're coming, they're not. Rich, our producer's supposed to have them here on deck already, but
we already know that you guys have responded to us well, you know, with the views that we're getting on the Ring Champs.
Right.
And that's because of the new production that we have, and that's with all the smoke. So we have to introduce these guys right here.
Stephen Jackson, I call him Stak, my bro. Oh, what's up? Chilling, baby. Good to see you.
What's going on? Thank you for
yes. Man,
our guys.
That's right. We here. Look,
100%. 100%.
The vision was there a while ago, and now it's here in reality. And we at the biggest fight that, in my opinion, I don't know, last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, man.
Maybe longer.
The best of the best, right? Like, what Stak? I'll start with you because I've known you to be a fight fan for a long time. You were ringside at a lot of those Showtime fights.
Shout out Espinosa.
That's right.
He's in the building.
When the fight first was announced, right? When Bud first moved up to 154, even before they were talking about it, did you think, man, I don't think Bud should go up to 168? Was that your initial thought?
It wasn't, because from me knowing Bud and knowing a couple people in this camp, you know, over the years, he gonna push himself to as much as he can. So if it was an opportunity for him to have a fight like this, I knew he was going to take it. I never thought it would be a second guess. He wants to be great. I don't know how many fights he has left. You know what I'm saying? So I think 3-4 fights, but I think this is a fight that I never would have thought Bud would turn down.
Okay, Matt, tell me where you at with this, because a lot of people are saying, oh, Canelo has a size advantage, but I'm sure you can see for yourself. What do you feel about that?
Man, and I want to say, was it Roy Jones? Somebody said that Crawford walks around. What does Crawford walk around at? 175, 180? So he's coming down less than he normally has to come down.
But he's basically walking around his natural weight.
Yeah.
So obviously the punching power of Canelo is obviously something he's going to have to deal with. But for him to not have to cut as much weight, he's going to be hydrated. He's going to feel full. He's going to be ready to go. I don't know. Again, them punches from Canelo are another story.
It's different.
But
it's different.
His speed, his footwork, and again, him not having to cut so much weight, I think is only going to help him.
I think you brought the point I've been bringing up all week. It makes sense when a guy doesn't have to starve himself a little more. When you get a better version of him, Bud is not eating to gain weight to come up to 168. He's losing less weight.
It depends. I mean, with Bud, yes, we're going to have that. But let's say Oscar De La Hoya, when he moved up to 160,
but
he didn't look chiseled and, you know, he looked a little chubby.
You
know, so it really depends on the athlete, and Bud is that athlete.
Well, let's talk about David. Look at David's body.
Right.
David don't have a rocky body.
Benavidez.
Yeah,
that's true.
But he gets the job done.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Genetics.
And not only that, look, Canelo is a small 168-pounder. Like, he's a guy that, he's conquered a lot in that division, right? He became undisputed fighting bigger guys. So it's not like Bud is going up to fight a Benavidez or Bivol. He's fighting a guy that shouldn't even be in that weight class. So the size difference is not really going to be a factor, in my opinion.
Exactly.
That's my take.
I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's not going to go up and fight Benavidez, guys like that. He knows that Canelo's not really a 168. The thing is with me is that when are people going to realize that this is just Canelo being special? No other 154. You got to be Roy Jones Jr. to be at 154 and then go up to 168 and beat all the undefeated champions to become undisputed. Nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that.
He's special. He's a little guy, 5'7".
To fight B-Vol and all these guys and not get hurt, right? To go up all this weight and I'm
push B-Vol back.
Not one fight get hurt though. You don't see him get hurt one fight.
That's a good
I'm glad
point.
you brought that
That's
up,
a good point.
And Matt, I ask you, like everybody is. What they're talking about is there's no way that Bud can hurt Canelo because he's shown to have a massive chin. But
I disagree.
in boxing, history has taught us that there's fighters that have a chin for a long time until that day that they don't anymore.
Vander Holyfield.
Right? Yeah. So Bud is.
Wait, he hit? Hold on. Because I invited him. hold on.
No,
my bad.
No, I'm serious. I mean, Bud can punch.
Yeah.
Look, and I know you went with Spence. You're a guy from Texas, but he surprised you that night. The way he was able to win again.
And then with me, like, I was a fan of Bud, but I'm from Texas. Y'all know me. I'm a lawyer guy. I'm never going against the soil.
Of course,
but
the
respect for Bud will always be there. I knew he was a great fighter before that. Now the performance he put on that night put him on another level in my mind. You know what I'm saying? The respect went through the roof.
I don't think anyone expected that. What happened with Spence to happen?
Nah.
Like I think everyone thought it was going to be good. I didn't think anyone thought it was going to be such a dominant
performance. Even the people that felt Bud would win, they didn't see it going like that.
Dominance.
You know, when you judging fights, right, and you're making a prediction, you got to judge by the past, what we've seen before. So if you judge it by that, Bud should not be able to hurt Canelo. But I think you got a different take. If you get hit with shots that you don't see, if you get hit with combinations, nobody's really trying to hit Canelo with combinations.
And the
nobody's
speed.
tough enough to stay in there.
Yeah.
And the speed. Maybe
kills.
we can see that. How do you feel about that?
The element of surprise. I mean, you see big football players, you can't push them down. Right. But let them be talking to somebody and the ball hit them in the face. They go down. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's just the element of surprise, bro. And just imagine the element of surprise with power. I think anybody can be dropped.
Did you, in the league, both of you guys, I asked you, did you ever run into a smaller guy where you said, damn, this dude is way stronger than I thought?
Craig Smith. Craig Smith. He like 6'9", 280.
I want to say
we gangbanged in each other too.
Earl Boykins though, he bench pressed like 400 pounds.
Earl Boykins, the smallest dude in the league, was the strongest.
5'4".
400 pounds?
Yeah. Smallest dude in the league.
He only had to move that shit like this. that shit still went up though.
Yo, Matt, talk about Netflix, man. The biggest platform in the world, pretty much 300 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Diving into, we know they did a couple of other fights, but this one is different.
Yeah, man. Shout out my guy Ray Young. He connected us with Sade over at Netflix. Right. Our first opportunity was with Tyson Paul last year, and it was great. We've been able to do the Happy Gilmore 2 launch with them. No bigger, no better partner. We're here, and we're able to bring the whole family this time, which is a beautiful thing. So it's just great to see Netflix greatness spill into boxing. I mean, the way they rolled the red carpet out for the events. I've been to some fights. I mean, Jack is a heavier fight guy than me, has gone to more fights, but I've gone to fights and I've gone to Netflix fights, and I'm like, oh shit, it's different. It's different here.
Do you guys think, Stak, I ask you, do you think that there's a lot riding on this fight in terms of like if Canelo and Bud is a super successful, entertaining fight, would keep Netflix, on board with the boxing?
I think they in it to win it.
I think already.
Yeah, no question. I mean, they found their niche. I mean, this live sports stuff is something I'm sure they're going to take over and try to dominate it. And I think the fact that this is a fight we never knew would happen, but it's finally here, and for them to be able to grab that, that's huge. So it's just like
they literally grabbed the biggest
this is a big
fight
catapult for boxing too, not just Netflix.
Indeed.
They're doing great, but just for boxing, for Netflix to be a part of this fight. This fight is a big catapult for boxing, especially the state of boxing. It's so much nonsense and questions about what's going on in boxing and fights and trying to put stuff together. I think this weekend and Netflix and Canelo Crawford having this fight is helping everything that's going on with boxing right now.
Again, I'm a more of a casual, big name fight guy and watch the big fights, but MMA had a good run of kind of taking that fight space over, and I feel like boxing is kind of clawing their way back into it, and stuff like this only helps. You bring Dana White over. That only helps.
And we'll be remiss not to mention Turkey Al-Ashik, who's poured so much money into the sport.
Yeah,
these purses that these fighters are making tomorrow, they're huge.
What they deserve, too.
Yeah, of course, no doubt. Somebody had to come and cut the check.
Are we allowed to talk with those purses out? Because I heard some
we can talk about it. I mean, people talking about upwards of $100 million.
I'm hearing. Well, I tell you, Turkey himself said No. Canelo's getting more than $100 million.
I heard Canelo's getting 150 and Bo's getting 50.
I think that the whole deal is $300 and something million for those particular fights that he signed for.
Right.
Yeah, so you can slice it out however you want.
No.
At the end of the day, he getting $300 and a quarter.
Let me just get a little
Not for this
sliver,
fight.
Turk. That's all I need. Just a little sliver.
I know,
fights.
but there's also rumors that there's a $200 million pot for the purse. I'm not talking about production.
Yeah.
For them to split between Bud. So I think what Stak is talking about, 150 to 50.
Yep.
That's what I'm
150
hearing.
And they have
right.
a new ring. Did you guys see the new ring? Some dude had the ring
I saw
that
it.
Jason the
I
Beverly
saw it.
Hills.
Oh, yeah, I did see
and
that. The
The
WBC.
WBC ring.
Mauricio
You open it up
showed it.
and there's
Mauricio
an
showed
arena
it.
inside.
shit
Mauricio
was
showed
fire.
That's
it.
incredible.
And also
Yeah.
the ring belts, to my understanding, it's gold, real 24-karat gold.
Yeah.
The winner's gonna win that belt.
Yeah, this is. I just want to
There's a
know
lot of, you can smell the money. That's all I'm saying.
where y'all
It's
sitting
in the
at,
air.
so I don't have to sit behind y'all and don't see nothing.
Normally we up close, so hopefully we all up close. I mean, we family now.
Oh, that's
no,
a fact.
I know one thing. We together.
fact.
Ain't
No
no
doubt.
more us and we together now.
Nah, we
If
a team
anything,
right
y'all-
now.
I
if
appreciate
anything,
that.
y'all need
Yeah,
to
we
sit
sit
on
together.
Jack's lap. He'll let you sit on his lap.
This is not that kind of show.
We're not on all the smoke. That kind of show. He only does that on our show.
and which, let me point out, and you guys will be on next too,
Yes.
live to talk to a few people here. I want to talk about something I've been asking all guests this week, and I'll start with you, Matt. If Bud dominates Canelo Alvarez, would you put, let's consider everything that he's done in his career, two-time undisputed, champion at 135, and to hop to 168, would you put him above Floyd Mayweather on an all-time list?
It's hard, man. Floyd's greatness speaks for itself. I've always felt that Bud has never got the just due. I think obviously now he's starting to get it. This right here will give him all the just due he's ever needed. So, I mean, I don't know if you can put him above, but I definitely think it's a conversation. To be in that like you have Kobe, MJ, LeBron. To be in that conversation is an honor in itself. So,
of course.
That's
Mount Rushmore.
I'll leave it to the experts to where the ranking is, but I definitely think you mentioned his name in the same sentences
agree.
if he's able to dominate and beat Canelo.
Right.
Stak, what do you say?
I've been watching Bud since he was fighting on ESPN, since all those little fights. So I know how good of a fighter he is.
Right.
He hasn't had the star-studded career as Floyd and money-wise, but as a boxer, he's right there with all of them. Right there with all of them. And I'm talking about boxing. I ain't talking about outside the ring. I'm talking about a skill for skill in that ring. You can put him in there with anybody.
So what do y'all think he should do?
Thank you, bro.
Let's say he do win. What do you think he should do? Continue to fight? He's 38 years old.
We don't see
never see ring rust.
He win. Come on, it's bag time.
Bigger.
The same 150 y'all giving Canelo, just trying to give it to me now.
Yeah.
Give me
You
100.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah,
What
Bud
about,
gotta
I've
get
been
that
saying
bag.
it all week, what about a trilogy? What if this fight is that good where people want to see it again?
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be too brutal to see 3, 2 maybe.
But
I think because these
if
two
it's
guys
3
gonna
that-
fight,
Yeah,
they gonna
yeah.
fight. I don't think they can. You don't want to see 3 of these.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's old
They'll
school,
never be.
though.
They'll never be the same.
Nah,
They'll never be the
school.
same.
Yeah.
no, but not necessarily, because if Bud wins, right, Canelo has to have a rematch
back.
clause.
It has to
You know
be
what I'm
get
saying?
back.
and they got.
Because
And
he's
if
the
he
champ,
wins the second one,
they gotta run it back the
You
third
know
time. You know
we
what I'm
gotta
saying?
see that again.
It's more
that's
money.
just brutal on their bodies because I know how these guys
100%.
thump.
Punch and
That
punch.
amount of money will make him
Shake it off.
And they're over at the end of their career right now anyway.
Yeah.
I want to ask
So
y'all.
if they last
Go
3
ahead.
fights against each other, that would be dope.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money too.
Yeah.
How has the transition been to come over to All the Smoke fight, in particular, All the Smoke boxing? What has it been like for you guys?
Look, I mean,
We've been talking about it forever, though.
We've been talking about it forever. Stak brought it up way before it materialized. Like, yo, when we do something, we want to bring you on board. And obviously, BD's been doing an amazing job at Showtime for so many years. So we've been on DAZN, we've been on Sirius on so many platforms, but nothing has felt this comfortable, like seamless transition, right? Like culture, just people that understand sports, fashion, just
the whole
people
nine.
of color. I love being in this space, and it's exceeded my expectations, right? And obviously, you guys have seen the growth of ring champs.
Yeah.
and I can't complain at all.
If I had to sum it up in one word, I would say smooth. Like, I've been on different platforms, and I'm grateful for every single one of them. And I got nothing bad to say about anybody at all. But there was always something lacking everywhere I was. Not their fault. It is what it is.
Growing.
This is the first place where nothing's lacking. I always used to tell Ak, I said, man, when we get with the team that sees our vision, has the money to fund that vision. You know what I'm saying? But seeing the vision is more important.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because you can have a little bit of money, but the vision be big and you be so creative.
Right.
They don't match.
Yeah,
Exactly. The money gonna catch up though. The
Yeah,
money will
yeah.
catch up
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. And you
It's
gotta
really
put-
about the vision and the people believing in your vision. And when you have that, man, the sky's the limit.
And the team.
I was excited to have y'all on because y'all was two of the guys that not only accepted me in the boxing space, but y'all educated me in boxing before I even met y'all. You know what I mean? So me watching boxing and watching the shows, just watching y'all show, educated me a lot about boxing and different fighters and what they thinking. So to have y'all part of the family is very beneficial for me because not only am I in the boxing space, but now I'm closer to y'all to get this education.
Man,
so
that's
man,
crazy,
I'm
bro.
honored.
I'll
That's
bring it
crazy,
back
bro.
to
I'm
you,
honored,
man.
bro.
Like, what were your expectation of us
I just
coming on board?
love the energy between. I'm not so much I'm with just the pureness of can this shit work, and me and him have a connection that could be it can't be touched. And I felt like the same energy when I got a chance to meet you guys and then saw you. And to Jack's point, your expertise and knowledge in this space, but it's not so much. It's also the way you deliver it. I mean, you can know everything in the world. If your delivery is messed up, no one is really going to learn anything from you or even want to hear you. Your guys' delivery is refreshing. It's new. The energy is behind it. The caliber of guests you guys have been able to get since you've been. You already had some big guests before, but just the names keep rolling in and keep having quality interviews. So on behalf of the whole team, man, we just appreciate you guys and wanting to work with us. And again, you guys have made us a better company. So we want to thank you guys for that.
I appreciate hearing that, but I have to admit that I'm going solo. You know what I'm saying? You just said that.
Hey, are you
I'm
Bobby
going
Brown?
solo.
Bobby
and,
Brown?
I know he said that. That sounded good. But it's time for me to go solo.
Bobby Brown in the
Wrong
building,
time.
ladies and gentlemen.
Wrong time. That was for next week's program.
That was an episode of 500. Flash at the top.
Eddie Kane.
It's dropping right now.
Nice like this. I wish.
It's been phenomenal. And the team you guys put together, like, our producer, Rich, social media team, Nick, everybody, Gab, I feel at home. So, Scott, we just getting warmed up, bro.
We love it.
We just getting warmed
let's
up.
keep it going, man.
I mean,
Let's
our fight team. I put our fight team up against any other fight team around.
Yeah,
fighting and conversation.
Both. we can get it in.
So
and
what you saying? We taking over the game?
We taking over the game, man. No question.
man.
No
All right,
question.
before we get out of here, can we get predictions for Saturday night?
I want Bud to win. The only fight I ever win against Bud was Arrow, of course, but I just know it's going to be a tall task.
Right.
My respect for Canelo is through the roof.
Right.
I really feel like the fight against Lara, the fight against Floyd, and the fight against
B-Ball?
No, not B-Ball. No, Canelo's older brother. Canelo's when he first got hurt as a youngster.
Coto's brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
Those three fights is going to put him in position to not see nothing new in this fight. With Bud.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
All those fights where he struggled,
Yeah.
I think those situations are going to help him deal with whatever Bud's going to throw his way, so it's going to be a tough fight.
You sure you learned from us?
Yeah.
That was a good take, bro. You sure? Hold on.
Hey, didn't they say that Canelo brought Boots into camp too?
Oh, he did.
Yes, he
definitely
did.
No.
He did.
Let's
Is that
get
true
the
or is that
truth on.
rumor?
No, he did, but Boots asked to come. So
Okay.
it's not like Canelo was like, yo, I need
Boots
some.
looking for work, like he always is.
Yeah, Boots was like, let me get some of
Right.
that. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he wasn't complaining about it because
Right.
obviously
No, I'm
Boots
just saying
is a perfect
it's different
guy
if-
to get him ready. For
It's
Bud.
different if Canelo said, let me go
Yeah.
get Boots because
Yeah.
I need him.
Yeah.
Canelo wasn't thinking that. He was thinking he had enough already.
And what people
then
don't
Boots
understand,
came.
Boots spars 168, 175, all the way up. He spars all kind of weight classes, not just his weight class.
Right,
So this
right.
wasn't nothing new to him.
Right.
Matt didn't give us our prediction.
I
Talk
want
me.
to see a good fight. I mean, again, it sounds like a broken record, but the respect we have for Canelo and what he's been able to accomplish, the respect for Bud and what he's been able to accomplish. First and foremost, want to see a good fight. Everybody wants to get their money's worth.
Right.
But I got Bud. It's hard for me to go against Bud, and again, that's not saying it's not a knock. It's not an either or. You don't like someone. I just, I want to see Bud win this with his speed and the element of surprise and his quickness. And his movement. So we're gonna see, man. I'm excited to be here, and again, to me, this is not, again, my expertise is not this. I'm more of a fan, so I get goosebumps and chills, kind of like it's going down. You know what I mean? So that's I'm really here on some fan type stuff. So I'm gonna leave the expertise to y'all.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
pick. I like that pick, man. And you can watch it on Netflix with your subscription. I can't get over that. No pay-per-view, no extra stuff. We got to get out the way. They about to take over all the smoke, Matt and Stak. So, Barack, let's go eat. I'm hungry.
My brothers.
Thank you, brothers.
Thank y'all.
We live here, Las Vegas. All
real
the
production.
smoke productions, all the smoke fight, all the smoke boxing, all the smoke off the dope. We got Club 520 in the building. One of the newer fan favorites. Man, Jeff Teague and the crew, 520, man. First of all, congratulations on all the success. I want to ask about how this all started, but first, Jeff, I heard you was ducking Nancy Lieberman's fade. Is that true? I mean, we're here at Fight Week, so I don't know what the deal is.
She was supposed to come to the pod. She ain't pull up.
She ducked us.
She ducked?
Yeah.
Now, I heard she wanted to get in the ring and box you.
Nah, I don't know what she on with that. Nah. She got it. OG, you got it. I don't want no problem. You got it. No.
Nah, but how did this come about? You know, you got your two boys with you. It's always a beautiful thing to be able to bring people with you. Obviously, when we hooping, we can't really do it, but you've been able to find life after basketball and find a space. We did a couple times. But life after basketball, you guys have found your space in this media. How did this crew come together, and did you guys expect it to be the success it has been?
Honestly, it's all started with DJ. I'll let DJ.
DJ, break it down. How'd it happen, bro?
Well, early on, me and B Hen had a podcast, you know what I'm saying? We was getting cooking, and then bro came on, had a good time. Once he retired, he was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to do something else. We vibed out, and we just ran with it from there. We started off at his crib, hence the name Club 520. That was a club in bro basement, and from there we just ran it up.
That's what's up.
You get a lot of property in Indiana, so it wasn't like that, bro. You get some land out there.
You good, Jesse?
Yeah. I was trying to see where you at, because I'm lost.
The second part. No. Man, we live now.
I know we live. I do shit like this.
Are we live, Charlamagne?
Hey, this is Ron Burgundy right here.
That's three. That's 1, 2 questions. Y'all answered that already, didn't y'all?
Yes, sir.
We had the third one, actually.
Give him
How
something.
did it feel pressing a record on the show, not knowing what B Hen might say that day? I want to ask all B Hen questions because that's my boy. So I want to ask him all.
Now say that again.
I don't even know what the question is, B Hen.
No, basically I understood the question. Man, I'm not. It's really them, bro. It's not even me for real. I'm really
You the villain on the show, though.
Nah, I'm really the reason.
Oh, the reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
There's a
the
difference.
reason. Like, yeah, I make them like calm down. I'm not the hype one, bro. Y'all just catch moments when every dog has his day, bro. But I'm on the show to calm these guys down, man. Keep them in line for the most part, bro.
He lying?
Somebody gotta turn that motherfucker up though, Jack.
But B Hen, you became a sensation. You became a star since the show popping. Talk to me. You and Wallow got y'all little thing going?
Yeah, shout out to my guy Wallow. That's the homie for real. I don't know, bro. I really just never thought we'd be all seriousness. I never thought we'd be right here. Like, both of them, he's in the media space for real. Like, bro's really like that. And then, bro, he hooped or whatever, but I never pictured myself, like, having this platform and voice or people recognizing me, all this shit. This shit still, like, all new to me.
What's been the best part about this whole journey with you three together with the show?
Just building for real, though. That's for me. Building with them. I really wouldn't want to do this with nobody else because I have my own life, but doing this with you guys and like seeing it grow, that's the best part to me though.
I can attest to that too. I mean, I wouldn't want to be where I'm at with this shit without Matt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it would have happened with nobody else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't happen that way.
How's it been for you, Jeff? Obviously, a successful career, NBA All-Star, not necessarily knowing what was next post-grad. I don't want to speak for you, but then kind of being able to find your role in the media and then being one of the guys that people come to for crazy, outlandish, hilarious story. Like you're one of the OG storytellers now.
Nah, this is like, it's always been my life, kinda. Like, they know, they hang out in my house, I'll tell them stories about what happened or what's been going on. That's always been my life. But I was gonna be a basketball coach. I coach my high school now, my old high school, my alma mater. I coach there. I'm the head coach. I love coaching hoops. I see your teams out, and people call me like, yo, Matt team fired. Y'all play Indy Heat.
Yep.
We got y'all together. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. We got y'all together. It's cool.
Did.
It's all good.
They won,
together. It was cool.
They won, right?
Yeah, we
they
won.
won
We won
16.
Yeah. It's cool.
We got y'all together, but it was cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
We got one more year to get back.
Look, I know you competitive.
That loss made us cut half our team, and we rebuilding. I'm GM now. Before I was just coaching who they gave me. Now I'm going out and getting kids. We're going to be ready for y'all next year.
I already know. I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm
they had a cold team.
They
won Peach. Congratulations. They won Peach Jam.
Yeah.
Jahar, that's his name, right?
Jahar, yeah.
He's tough. And then Peyton Kemp is my twins' little homie. I mean, they got a really good, the young, tall kid, 15. He's only 15 or 16,
yeah,
right?
so they all go to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the tall kid, he plays on my high school team. And Jahar is our guard.
Yeah. No, I love it. My kids been playing against them kids since they were like 4th or 5th grade, so it's just kind of cool to see everyone's development and the growth. But, yeah, that coaching space has been something that I definitely love. Obviously, we're here for Canelo Crawford, big fight week. Thoughts, vibes, predictions, what y'all on?
Oh, yeah, I got Bud knockout, no longer than 8 rounds.
Oh, cool. He said that convincingly, too.
Money line strong on that. Yeah.
You bet? You gamble? You supposed to bet?
Yeah.
DJ, who you got?
My heart says Crawford. My mind says Canelo.
If you was betting, so you bet Canelo if you was betting.
If I'm betting, I'm going Bud.
Yeah,
I'm take the odds,
you win the most money.
I'm going to take the odds.
Okay.
If you're a gambler, you got to go Bud.
I got Canelo winning. I want Bud to win, but I just think he never been hurt. His power is crazy, and I don't know if Terrence ever experienced any kind of power like that, take a punch from a guy like that. So,
someone made a good point, though, that Crawford normally walks around at 180, so he's really just cutting less weight than he normally has to cut.
Yeah.
So he's really going to be more himself, and we haven't necessarily – obviously the power that Canelo brings is something that we all going to have to watch. But I like – and I wasn't even thinking this way, but he's actually just has to cut less weight than he normally cuts.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be dehydrated or fatigued. He's going to be ready to go. So I'm excited, man. I mean, Jack is a real boxing head that knows the ins and outs. I'm just here to look at some females, drink, have a few joints, and enjoy myself.
Who you got, Jack?
I want Bud to win, too. I'm similar to everybody. I just know the task at hand to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Like, he's been up all the way up to 175, and nobody hasn't been able to hurt him.
Yeah.
Not saying Bud can't, but, Bud can hurt him with the element of surprise. But for me and the culture, we all rooting for Bud, but we just know
facts.
if you know boxing, it's going to be the hardest thing that Bud ever did in his life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hey, there's a weird trend going on on 2K with you right now, bro. What's the deal?
Man.
Oh, they up to speed on this show.
Y'all get updates by a minute.
Hey,
they got some different shit over here.
Hey, they doing my player, but they creating Teague with his jersey, but with no draws on.
Jack, man, don't fight, man. Listen,
why they doing that to my boy?
It started with my nephew, man.
Yeah, man.
This nigga out here in his tights.
You at my rec park, whatever they call that shit? Free balling?
Yeah.
It's not me. So it started like this, man. My nephew streams, right? He a streamer.
Okay.
And he's streaming, and somebody in the chat was like, I got a Teague jersey with no draws on. And then this fool.
No.
This
See, he ain't never gonna tell us
Oh,
it's always me.
Oh, it's him?
No, I'm gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. All the smoke.
Yeah.
So it happened. The dude was like, "Yeah, I got a Teague jersey on with no draws." He was like, "Shit, that better be a hoe." I was like, "Nah, that nigga named Kevin."
Kevin was going for 30, huh?
That's a different chance.
Ain't nobody guarding that dude.
Hey, not know what ball to dribble.
Ain't nobody guarding him.
And now this shit gonna live on. But I get that shit all day.
Nah,
Dude
for
walked
real.
up to me with his podcast and said,
He came out there to bust some ass,
I got a
literally.
Teague jersey with no draws on. I looked at that nigga like, what?
That's what I swear to God, bro. This shit is like, it just happened. It just happens. It just happens.
Oh, my God. Y'all sick.
I don't like that one.
This is
Y'all
how I
can
was
have that
laughing
one
when I
back.
was on their show, too. This is just how I was laughing, though.
Hey,
That's
but
how I
all
was
bullshit
laughing.
aside, all that does is bring more attention to the show.
That's it.
It do,
It
but
keeps
like,
you in the algorithm.
it do, but like,
Just put some pants on, bro.
It's a
I told
nasty
him
algorithm.
his problem is he don't know how to stop responding to shit. So they like, you
So
don't
you baiting
know
them?
us. We gonna troll you until you know what I mean. So every time people like, man, what y'all on? Here come 50 more. Because we got a super chat on our morning show. Bro, they be filling it up, bro. Teague time now the Boston Celtics posted this jersey.
with no draws.
The official Boston Celtics page.
The Falcons. The Falcons did it.
The Hawks did it.
Falcons.
Hey, you know,
The
this is the funny part though. How he just take it like he just be like whatever. Bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
nah,
know
for
you don't
sure.
care. I know you don't care.
Nah,
I don't care.
He don't care.
But I'm like, man, it could be something better than this, bro. Don't nobody buy a Teague jersey. But this way, y'all want to start buying Teague jerseys because y'all don't want to wear no draws. Man, like, man, what's
I
up?
said, there's so many of them motherfucking jerseys, boy. I didn't know that.
And we all get a cut of the upkeep too. When y'all keep buying this jersey, we all get paid for it. So
Man, respect,
that.
man.
Oh my God.
I ain't getting no jerseys in the crowd when I play.
Crazy.
What do you guys feel like was the one or two episodes that kind of made you guys realize, like, okay, we here? Was there one episode that stood out more than others?
It's one that
Or
I ain't
one
gonna
guest?
bring it up, but it's one that D Hen stole. I ain't gonna bring that one up. I ain't gonna bring that one up.
Oh, I know what you.
You might as well share what you mean.
Oh, no. Y'all platform way too big.
Yeah, I ain't bringing that one.
Listen, and shout out to Teague jersey with no draws.
Just leave it
but
there?
That had me in a whole different.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
If you know, you know.
I got some phone. I got some phone calls about that. So we gonna keep it.
Phone call.
Back to Matt's question. I want to say maybe Derrick Rose.
Okay.
You know, Derrick Rose or shit. Who would y'all say? Jason Tatum.
JT was
Okay.
one. I say Adam Silver for sure. For have the commissioner
big.
NBA
That's big.
tap in with us like that. That was
That's
special.
big.
That was special.
Yeah, I was surprised
How
he
many
knew who he
sports
was.
podcasts or ex-player podcasts has he been on?
They ain't done ours.
that's big.
I know goddamn way he did ours.
Cool.
Anybody
knew
you
who
guys?
he was.
Anybody you guys want? Anybody like you hunting down?
Oh yeah.
Throw some names out there.
For me personally, Kyrie. That's my favorite player. I'd love to have Kyrie on the platform for sure.
And do they got to come all the way out to Indy, or you guys meet them in other places?
we-
Oh no, we pull up.
We got a little budget now. We
Okay, yeah, okay, talk that shit.
Just the
got a little
first,
bit of a
first
budget
Spirit flight out.
Yeah,
So,
said he got
we on
spirit.
spirit still. You know what I'm saying? Group C.
mine is CC Sabathia.
Oh yeah, that's bro.
Yeah.
We got a chance to sit down with
So
CC.
we saw him, and for him to know who he was, that was
dope.
big for all of us. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
He's
and he
cool,
tapped
down
into
to
our
earth.
show.
He just like us.
Yeah.
He
One of
just
the
like
realest for
us.
Oh, mine's is Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call. I
I'm
like it.
surprised he ain't been on y'all shit.
We've been trying, and we did the Happy Gilmore 2 premiere. He was just busy. Thoughts on current player? Jeff, could you have done this show while you were currently playing?
Nah, I couldn't be myself.
Yeah.
I say crazy stuff, bro.
Yes, indeed.
I say whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all say whatever. Y'all a little
But
more.
to keep it funky, half the players that's playing that got past, they can't do it.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody be successful doing it yet. I mean, I'm talking about they successful in the media space. I'm talking about on the court and podcast. Nobody's
Yeah.
been successful on both.
Yeah.
Name one.
Draymond.
Draymond.
But his role is super limited to what he got to do, bro. He ain't he's not like the guy on the team, like the go-to guy, the star. He just float around and do the dirty work.
You starting shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like
yeah.
Paul.
PG.
He got a great podcast.
He had to put it down for a
Last
minute,
couple
though.
years, he had to put the podcast down.
I think that's really because of his injuries, bro. And he I'm not gonna say he weak
But
mentally.
regardless of what it is, it's hard to do both, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But
It's
if
hard.
if I got a fire show and you step on my ankle because you're trying to guard me all
But
hard,
you
that ain't
also
my
think
fault.
too. I mean, in the social media era, when you're killing your podcast, but they paying you a whole bunch of money, you're not killing on the court.
Yeah.
That's a whole
You
new
can't do it,
world.
bro. You can't do it.
Got to keep the first thing
Basketball,
first.
Y'all, and I'm gonna listen to y'all. Y'all did it for real. I'm just saying, basketball is first, but y'all, I can't give y'all an hour of who I am.
What's required? If you're gonna have this podcast, your ass better be performing on that court.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I
That's
would.
how everybody
agree
gonna
with
look
that.
at it.
Nah, I agree with
Especially if I was in Minnesota trying to podcast, they would have killed me.
that. I wish these two had a podcast in Golden State.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
We could
Y'all,
have done that.
y'all
wish
would have
they
seen
was
when
the
that team was
stream.
on.
We
There was
got
no
the-
camera phones yet near. It was all bad.
Y'all was
out
lit
there.
We out
with
the league
no
in 5
social
years.
media, bro.
Lit.
We out the league in 5 years.
Y'all was lit
Right.
with no social media.
We was smoking
what I was
every
doing in
club,
Indy.
drinking every
Yeah, I
club,
know. I know.
fighting.
I
I don't
did.
know how I made
All
it past
bad.
Indy. Oh, I definitely. I don't know how I made it past Indy though.
I don't see, but listen, that's what I'm talking about. And I wasn't gonna bring it
They
up.
was youngsters.
Yeah, we was, but we seen you, and you was a damn fool in my city. But when it was required for you to go out there and do your job
You
on
did
the
your
court,
job.
I did it.
you was
was a
there
pro.
every time.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Like, what's the difference? Y'all was doing way worse shit than
Oh yeah.
podcasting.
We wasn't speaking our opinion on other shit. we was just living our lives. See, when you giving your opinion on other people's shit, you got to make sure your shit, you know what I'm saying, you handling what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing they're going to attack.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? How you on your podcast talking about me and you ain't playing well?
It was just a different time.
You missed 20
too.
games.
It was a different time,
It don't
too.
work like that.
This is early. This is pre-social media, too. You got to think that's how old this shit is. Anyway,
we are old.
Hey, we don't want to do, because we want to really have y'all on a real show and come out to L.A. and really, really get down. But before we get out of here, y'all happy where you at? Because, Death Row is, all the smoke is always, you know what I mean?
Crazy, man.
Hey, just letting y'all know.
I am happy where I'm at.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We got our number, though.
Yeah.
I do. We can go out to eat.
And
We can sports bet.
yeah.
Everything always for sale with you, man. I think so.
I ain't a cheapo with this one. I'm locked in.
Y'all trying to go from Spirit to Delta? If y'all trying to go from Spirit to Delta, let us
I
know.
was in the back of the
Spirit to Delta 1. We got
million
some
miles over
plugs
here.
We can talk about starting a basketball team or something together.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
make
but
an
we
AU
appreciate
team
you
or
guys, man. Best of luck. We big fans. Keep doing your thing.
Nah,
Keep
for
talking your
sure.
shit. Jeff, we're going to talk later about what you said about Kobe not playing defense. We're going to save that for the real show one time. But, man,
I didn't say that.
we love y'all. No, you said
I didn't say
we
that.
love y'all.
No, we can't end it like
No,
that.
let's leave it on the cliffhanger because we going to get down, we get down.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Man, best of luck, fellas. We're going to see you guys around, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
For sure.
No
Love,
doubt.
bro.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, fellas.
Every time I think about it, I'm in tears.
All right.
Come on, Steve-O.
The reason.
Man.
The reason.
Welcome to the show. This is
Look at this. This is a full circle.
This is one of two main reasons why we're even sitting here today. Man, welcome to the show, Stephen Espinosa, former president of Showtime Sports.
My guy.
We're flashing back to 2019.
When I was asking you to, hey, could I possibly work the weigh-in and do the interviews at the weigh-in?
And
he looked at you
when
like,
open the door to.
like, who are you?
like, you know what? I'll make it happen. He made it happen.
We just got back. We just got back from vacation. Me and Steve. We was just in Mexico working on our tans, man.
You got
Shout
a tan,
out
I'm about to say.
Rosewood, Mayakoba.
Yeah.
What was the school called that we were at?
King Bay.
Keem Bay. We got a chance to work with some kids out there, but I got to sit on the beach and drink Coronas and just talk life. It was nice.
Play a little golf.
I was home.
Get some sun.
I was home. But let's get to it. I mean, again, very inspirational in this All the Smoke journey, along with Brian Daly, who is, our guy. What made you take a chance on us? Because we definitely didn't fit the traditional mold of what Showtime was doing at the time.
We started to build a brand on anti-heroes. Yeah. Guys who, like, for me, I never wanted to do the documentary, the Tom Brady documentary, great athlete, and he's had his challenges, but it's been a pretty good life. Like, for me, I'm always been drawn to the texture. Like, because life is, rarely is it black or white. We all live in shades of gray. So, Floyd Mayweather, not your typical hero. That's your anti-hero. Allen Iverson, got mixed opinions on all those guys. You guys, range of opinions. Had your scrapes, here and there. Like, that's, to me, that's the interesting part. Kobe, AI, Floyd Mayweather, guys with, you don't live in black and white. We're all shades of gray. That's what's interesting to me, is exploring who are these people that you may or may not know. And you guys, fit that. Is like, as soon as I met, and we, when Daly introduced us, we had never crossed paths before. Mm-hmm. I knew what I knew from the media of you guys.
And that could be a crazy perception. Like, if I'm running a company and you hear a Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, I'm like, pump your brakes a little bit. I love my job. What are we talking about here?
How did that combination
But
go?
you're also so under the radar. You don't care about the accomplishments. I mean, 13 Emmys, 75 Emmy nominations. You've created some of the best sports docs out there. You were instrumental in Showtime boxing. You know, when you kind of look back and look at that particular run, obviously there's still great things ahead, but when you look back at that run that you had on Showtime, what are some things that come to mind?
I mean, I imagine it's a little bit of how you guys feel at some point. I was never supposed to be there. Like, you know, I think people, you guys know me, you know, we spent a lot of time together. I didn't come from this background. I didn't have family in media. I didn't have family, you know, single parent, very humble. Like, I remember my senior year of high school, you know, I was not clearly on athletic scholarship, you know. So, you know, first year tuition at Stanford was $23,000. My mom was making $16,000 a year. So I got that first bill. I'm like, wait a minute.
What am I going to do?
My tuition is more than my mom makes in a year. So, you know, people are like, oh, you know, you're not at Showtime anymore. You know, I've already won. Like, to get to that point, to start from humble beginnings, to be one of the handful of people who actually determined what goes on television. You know, so you're right. We're not done. We got a lot of stuff left to do, but I've already won.
Yeah.
Like, just getting to this point. And I'm proud of what I've achieved. I'm proud of what I helped launch with you guys.
Come on, you guys spawned us.
And for me, you know, it's good to be here with you because you are more than a friend, especially to me. You know,
family.
Yeah, more than family too. Just being able to have somebody like you to be able to listen to us and to give us an opportunity in positions like boxing and stuff like that, like with the show. I couldn't find one person that I could say that would have took the chance on me and Matt and followed through like y'all did. Y'all followed through and y'all believed in this. And for me, like, it's bigger than just a show. Like, even my brother passed, you know. You were at my mom's house. You were there for my funeral, for my brother's funeral. So all those type of things, a lot of people don't get a chance to experience in business. I've been in business a lot, but the way we started it at Showtime and the way what we build here has a lot to do with the standard you set with us at Showtime. So I appreciate you, and I can never tell you thank you enough for what you've done for us.
Look, I've learned so much from you, because the one thing I learned very quickly, and what's evident from the show, is, you know, with you guys, you know, you weren't always top of the all-star heap. You know, you always got your flowers. You were accomplished, but it was clear you were among the most respected guys in the league, and were able to go into every locker room and earn respect and maintain those relationships across the board. Guys you may have played half a season with, you were able to, you know, bond with. And so, like, that's something I've taken from you guys is, you know, I've never seen you guys dismiss a relationship and be like, oh, you know, that's the 12th guy on the bench that I played with 15 years ago. Like, no, like, those are all your relationships. And that's something I've learned from you guys.
Was there a turning point where you're like, damn, this is risky, and then all of a sudden one day you're like, okay, this was a smart move? Was there an episode or a point in time when the photo shoot? The photo shoot might have fucked it all up. The photo shoot almost ended it before it even started. So we had a photo shoot to start the show, All the Smoke. We had a great idea. We set up in Santa Monica. We shoot and smoke weed all day. They take this back to him, and he's like, I can't do nothing. It
was. I think it was a 30 or maybe 60-second promo. It was exactly. It was like, what is this, like the Chronic 3? What are we doing here? We're relaunching Dre's career. I was like, you know, it's different, you know, but I like pushing boundaries, and you guys definitely push the boundaries, you know, with this. And then I got on board, you know, and like you said, Brian Daly was 100% behind you guys, and that carried a lot of weight with me. But then I sent it to legal, you know, and then like, you know, and it's not just the junior lawyer, the lawyer of the entire corporation comes down and is like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? So I'm explaining to this 65-year-old, very intelligent, you know, attorney, what my programming strategy, putting you two knuckleheads on the air.
I know it's hard to explain.
You know, but But look, you know, as soon as you got on the air, you know, it was clear the magic, the conversation, you know, what you guys created, it literally launched a genre. And I certainly don't want to dismiss all the hard work that a lot of other people have done, but there is no, I mean, our man over here across the way, I've said it, he's worked hard his entire career. There is no Club Shay Shay without you guys. There isn't that niche of really unfiltered talk, what we're seeing, without you guys, you know, paving the way and opening the door for that kind of conversation, which had never been done really in sports.
And we thank you, obviously, you and Brian and Showtime for the opportunity. Before we get you out of here, you're a sports, you own a sports team now. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's it. Yeah, we part of a group that bought a Mexican sports team, a Mexican soccer league team, Querétaro FC. Querétaro is a city a little bit north of Mexico City. And it was an opportunity that came to us, and it was too interesting not to. In Mexican League soccer, you know, obviously Mexico's crazy about soccer, but it actually does very well in the U.S. You know, television ratings are on par or above MLS as well as English Premier League. It's a great opportunity, and you know, it's one of the last times that you know you can get in and buy a piece of a franchise without you know it being $1 billion price tag. So like I'm gonna send you some jerseys. We're gonna come down to the game, and when you're coming down to the game, we're going to Mexican soccer team. You guys now, Los Gallos, okay? From now, Los Gallos, that's your soccer. Somebody says that's who's your Liga MX team. It's Los Gallos.
There you go.
Gallos is like the hens, like the chicken. The Gallos Blancos are the white roosters.
Last thing before we get you out of here, an expert in this space. We're here for Canelo Crawford. What are you looking for, and what do you expect?
I think it is. It's a technical fight, and I don't mean that in a negative way. And you guys are boxing fans. It's going to be technical and strategic. This isn't going to. I don't think it's a war. Like these guys are too smart and too skilled to not be strategic. So I think, I'm not expecting war. I'm expecting something where it's going to be controversial. It's going to be a close decision. Personally, I'm going with Canelo. I think, all those names on the resume have got him to this point. He's picked up a little bit from everybody along the way, but as a problem, people need to stop saying he's so much smaller than Canelo. He's not. He height-wise, he's not. He may be not as broad as Canelo, but he's right there. He's got a longer reach. It's going to be, it's going to be one of those where people are going to debate it for a long time.
Well, appreciate that, Steve. Again, thank you. We can't thank you enough for the opportunities you gave us, man, and we wish you and your wife continued success. Janina, shout out wherever you're at.
Yeah, she was filming over. Shout out.
She's talking to Tammy. Anyway, Steve, man, we appreciate you, and we'll see you. We'll see you later in the week.
Fellas.
All right. Okay. Cool. We can just shoot the shit for a couple minutes. Here, I'll come over there real quick. From ESPN. So, Jack, we here, man. Las Vegas. We're still live. We don't get no offs, right? Like we're working right now. We're moving. What's going on with you, man? How was I see you're back in the gym. How's the hip? How's the back? What's going on?
Blessed, man. Back is good. I'm probably like a month and a half back in the gym. At least a month back in the gym. I feel great, man. Just glad I had that surgery and starting to feel back normal.
In a humbling way, when you hear someone like Espinosa, and we've had other people tell us, like, we're kind of like the pod fathers of this space. Like, when you look back, this is season 6 for us, about 5.5 years. Like, what are your thoughts on this journey that we've had? And obviously, shout out to all the fans who couldn't be here without you guys.
I'm just thankful that God chose me, bro. I'm thankful that God put the team around me, everybody around me that has the same kind of mindset, that's team players and willing to win for each other, man. Like I say, it's a lot of guys that play basketball that don't know what they're doing after their career is over, and let alone have success in something. So I'm just thankful, man, that it's me. I'm thankful that you're my brother and y'all my brothers, and I'm a part of something being great, man. I don't take it for granted at all. And like I said, I just thank God that I'm in this position with y'all to win.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I just think obviously on top of, as we kill a little bit of time for our next guest, just I think on top of the success of our show, to build a successful company.
Yes.
You know, and you see the banners that are behind us. It's not only us now, it's all the Smoke Fight and all the Smoke Boxing, and we have Andre Roy and Roy Jones and Ak and Barack and Morning Combat and all the great people who've contributed in this space, and just kind of
Luke
the
and
growth
Brian.
and development of what we got going on.
Yeah, shout out Luke and Brian, man. I haven't seen them yet. Morning Combat.
Yeah, I saw them earlier.
Yeah, that's
you know
our
who I
guys.
ran into last night? We were at the bar last night in this hotel, and we ran into Adrian Broner.
How was he?
Wet. And
Usual.
funny
What?
as here comes our next guest.
Yeah.
We'll save AB stories for later.
Yes.
Come on this way.
Shout out Agent Bronner, though.
Yeah, for real.
No. I have it, but I fucked it up. Dylan. What's up, my brother?
Oh, what's up, man?
Welcome.
Hey, man, good to be with you.
Stan Verrett, man, welcome to the show, Stan. One of my favorite media personalities.
Legends.
As I was a player, and we don't say that lightly because there was a rift in our era of kind of media personalities and players. And
Really?
obviously, yeah, because it was a one-way street. You know, when we played, for the most part, you know, social media obviously changed the ability for us to, you know, kind of counter and speak back. But you were always someone who was solid and gave facts and put your energy and spin on it. What was it like for you? I don't know exactly how many years you were at ESPN, but what was it like, that journey like, and then actually that coming to an end?
Yeah, 25 years.
Wow.
You know, so it was a good run. I mean, like, who works at a company for 25 years anymore today?
Right.
You know, much less in media. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it was great. You know, and you know, kind of going to your original comments, Matt. Like, I never looked at the job as it was adversarial with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I felt like I was doing my job the best that I could do it if I helped people understand what you guys did as players and to be able to enjoy it with some context. You know what I mean? If there's humor there, you take the humor. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to give the viewer a better understanding of what they're watching. And I always considered it a privilege to cover the best athletes in the world and to be able to tell the stories, because, you know, it all comes down, no matter what sport it is, it all comes down to human beings competing at whatever the game may happen to be. And all those human beings have interesting stories. To get to the level that you guys and other professional athletes got to, there's always a story there, you know? And so my job was to tell those stories, you know, and help the viewer enjoy it, to kind of get a sense of who you guys are, you know?
How's life on the other side of ESPN?
You know, it was scary at first. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you start checking that direct deposit every week, and it's not, and all of a sudden 1 week it just don't show up. You're like, oh, okay, so I gotta eat what I kill now. You know what I mean? So it's that part of it was scary, but you know, I've always had a strong belief in my ability to communicate, and that's what this is about. You know, you guys know from setting the pace in streaming, you know what I mean? If you can engage an audience with compelling content, it doesn't really matter who distributes it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now I'm amazed by the fact that I can basically share my thoughts on whatever to the entire world from an iPad in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's unbelievable. Now, I think it comes with a certain responsibility because
Absolutely.
I don't have editors. I don't have,
take it back.
you know, anybody, you know, it's on me. Whatever I say, I got to own it. And I can't say, you know, whatever. So, but, you know, I always had that responsibility myself from the beginning because, you know, when you got to go in locker rooms, like most time before you come to an ESPN, you got to work in local markets, okay? And you say something about a guy, you know, kind of off kilter, you taking shots at whatever, you got to go in that locker room again. You know what I mean? And if you made it personal, well, guess what? It's going to be personal for him then, and you better be able to stand on it when you go in that locker room. But it's different. When you get to national level, you're not going to games, you're not seeing people the same, you know. And so I think sometimes there's some freedoms that people feel like they can take there. But I've always looked at it as, you know, a mutual respect kind of thing. And so now I get to have direct access to the people who watch. Like the show I'm doing with Neil, we're doing a Stan and Neil show, and we do it. Yeah, we stream it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which has a comment section live as we're doing the show. And so we can interact in real time with people watching the show, answer their questions, their comments and everything. So it was scary. I'm past the scary part now, and I'm into the exciting part of it now.
How would you navigate? I mean, you've been linear for your whole entire career, and now you're in this young man streaming. You're learning the digital side. What is the transition for you guys been? I mean, you told me that Neil is doing Kai Cenat, which I think is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's
is there a more odd couple than that?
Right, but
Neil
I'm saying
Everett and Kai Cenat?
But I mean, as for much cachet and experience and greatness you've had, it's not that you're starting over, but there's different kind of boxes in this space you have to check.
Yep.
And you guys are kind of learning the lay of the land. We actually talked to Skip Bayless about the same thing. Like, I've been so long in this one way, and it's been great. Now the next evolution is digital and streaming. How has that been for you particularly, but you and Neil kind of just learning what this new space is about?
Well, I'm learning very quickly. You got to hustle.
You got to.
You know what I mean? You got to hustle. Like I said, hey, man, Vegas is an hour flight away. We got a show on Friday. I'm going to go to Vegas. I'll make some calls, go to Vegas. We're going to set up, and I'm going to do my part of the podcast, live from here, in the place to be where – you guys are here. Shannon and Ocho are here. Jeff Teague is here. I feel like we in the place to be.
We in the spot.
We in the place. We here with the established shows.
This is
so
here.
I'm like, okay, the rookies
You're
are
doing
here.
something right.
The rookies are here, and so I feel like my instincts were on point. You know what I mean? When I showed up, saw you, I said, okay. So it's just figuring it out as we go along. It's a learning curve. But content is king, though.
Yes,
content is king.
How have you seen sports media kind of shift over your years? Because obviously it's completely different. How obviously there'll always be the ESPNs and the Foxes. There'll be the big machines, but people consume their sports media and just media as a whole now more through settings such as podcasts and live streams and stuff like that.
Yep, you can create your own listening and viewing schedule a la carte.
Facts.
Just the stuff that you're interested in, without any of the stuff that you're not interested in. Like if you say, okay, I'm a boxing fan, I want to listen to 10 boxing podcasts. There's 10 boxing podcasts out there. If you're just NBA fan, there's a whole bunch of NBA. So you can pick and choose, or if there are specific personalities. Like I listen to some personalities that I would never mention that I listen to on here because of their content, but I'm listening as a creator to see how they create their content, not necessarily what the subject matter is, but just how they put it together. As a part of my learning curve in doing this now. But I love the freedom, I love the expansiveness of it. Where like, if there's something interesting to me, I just talk about it. I just talk about it because chances are it's interesting to other people too, and they'll relate and they'll vibe with where I'm coming from because they found it interesting too.
Let me pick your brain. What's the best sports game you ever watched?
Well, I'm from New Orleans, so it had to be the Super Bowl when the Saints won. Okay. You know what I mean? That was
what year was that?
That was 2010 after the 2009 season. And so one of the other things that has come about, like I'm doing a pregame show for the Saints on NewOrleansSaints.com every Sunday. Me and Scott Shanley, who was on that Super Bowl team.
Oh, really? Okay.
We do the show live from the Superdome every Sunday, and then we do it virtually when they're on the road. But it's great, because we got the fans there, and we hour before kickoff, we just talk Saints football. Like I said, it's a la carte. So we pitch it as if you want a pregame show that's just all Saints.
Yeah. Come check us out.
Come to NewOrleansSaints.com, and we right there. The only game we're talking about is the Saints game that day.
And then you're also doing some stuff with the Clippers?
No,
maybe not.
It's
in the works.
It's coming. Unofficially unofficial.
Okay, gotcha. I forgot we're live. We can edit that out. So there's some talks in talks. Most iconic sports moment in your career, whether being present or reporting on it.
One that immediately comes to mind was Kobe's 60-point game. That last game. Okay, so our studio in L.A. was right across the street from what's now Crypto.com arena.
We still call it Staple over here.
We still call it Staples, right? So I'm there, and I'm like, I need to go across the street. You know, and I need to feel the energy in that building if I'm going to talk about it tonight. And so most of the times, like, we're credentialed for the games, but you know, you get caught up doing stuff. You look up, you're like, okay, the show's on an hour. I don't have time to go, whatever. Sometimes I'll go for the first half and leave, but I'm like, I need to be there. And man, that fourth quarter, I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. I mean, the crowd was willing the ball into the basket. Every shot he took, it was like the crowd. It was like 20,000 people were like
guiding
willing that ball into the basket. And I've never seen an athlete connect with a building, with everybody in the building, the way he did. Like, they would come down court and everybody was like, nobody else on this court better shoot that ball but Kobe. Okay? And every shot he took, and then, you know, when he died that day, and to see the outpouring of love and tribute to him, you know, I understood it much better because I was there that night, you know. Because when we got here, we moved out here 2009, 2010, when the Lakers won the championship both years. You know what I mean? So as soon as we got here, we realized
it's real
what this team means to LA. I mean, it was, we were just in it immediately. And so that game, that night was just, I'll never forget that. I mean, I'll never forget that.
Can you give me your Mount Rushmore of sports reporters?
Mount Rushmore of sports reporters. Ooh, man, that's
four. Just give me 4.
Ooh, that's TV?
Or journalists, either one. And it's your list, so you can't go wrong.
I'm trying to make sure, because you know how it is. You get home, you're like, oh man, I can't believe I forgot him. I'm gonna throw Wilbon in there. Mike Wilbon. Let's see. For TV, Mike Tirico is unbelievable.
Of course.
He does everything.
That's the guy.
He does everything.
He's a hybrid.
What about the late great Stuart Scott?
Stuart, you know, the thing about Stuart was, and there's a I don't know if it's a 30 for 30 or a documentary or something coming out about his life.
Oh, is there really?
Throw Stuart in there too. I was on that, and you know, I just spent a lot of time thinking about him because, you know, I wanted to be able to add to it. And one of the things that I realized was that, first of all, that he made it possible for everybody to be themselves on ESPN. You know, like a lot of people think, okay, well, because he did hip hop, that whole thing, you know, it made it easier for black people to be. But everybody, you know, Craig Kilborn was able to be Craig Kilborn because of Stuart Scott. And, you know, Rich Eisen was able to be Rich Eisen because of Stuart Scott. He faced a lot of backlash because people didn't understand how he was connecting with the viewers because they didn't know those viewers, right? But if you think about the time when Stuart came along, you had Arsenio Hall, okay? You had In Living Color. You had Boyz II Men and New Edition, and you had all these musical acts that were hip hop or R&B, but had crossed over into pop. Okay. And then you had In Living Color, which everybody watched, but had an urban flavor to it. You know what I mean? And then you had Martin Lawrence at the time. You know, so Stuart was a part of that cultural zeitgeist. He brought that energy to ESPN. And people who weren't a part of that at the time, who didn't, you know, maybe they didn't watch Arsenio Hall, they didn't watch In Living Color. They were like, what? You know, but everybody else got it. Everybody who watched those shows, like, this dude is doing In Living Color and Arsenio Hall on ESPN.
Exactly.
And that's what it was, and that's why it was so successful. And then it made other people start thinking about, well, how can I bring my own personal unique flavor to it? You know, so. But you know, he had some of the same cultural touchstones that I had too. So but I had to kind of stay away from him. And I was like, oh man, Stu, you got there before me.
There can't be too many of y'all now. Let's take it easy now.
I mean, we were listening to the same music and watching the same things.
Stan, before we get you out of here, we're here for Canelo Crawford. Big fight. Shout out to Netflix for putting this on, this great event. What are you looking for in the fight, and what are you expecting in this fight?
So the two things I want to see Bud at 168. You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like? I mean, is he going to be a more powerful Terrence Crawford, which is a scary thought? Can he absorb blows at 168, fighting a naturally bigger guy? And then I want to see how Canelo handles Bud's ability to switch orthodox to southpaw. You know what I mean? So they both have interesting challenges in this fight. And, to deal with somebody who, if Terrence is as quick as he was at 147, at 168, well, that's a whole different animal to have to deal with. So I think that's what makes it intriguing, and the opportunity for Terrence Crawford to get the recognition that he's deserved for so long.
Yeah, we talked about that.
But
earlier.
just people just did really kind of get it, with him. Like boxing fans got it. Yeah. But he didn't evolve into the superstar that he should have been earlier. Yeah. But now this fight gives him that chance. I mean, we thought Errol Spence was going to do that, but he dominated Spence so badly. People were like, I thought this other guy was supposed to be good. You know what I mean? Only one. So now I think this is going to be, really, really intriguing. Yeah. I can't stay for it because I got to go to New Orleans to do the Saints pregame show. So I'll be watching on Netflix, but I wanted to stay here and watch it.
Business calls. We'll let you know how it goes. Well, Stan, thank you. Congratulations on
for everything.
A beautiful career, and then being able to transition and be able to have success in this space. Definitely looking forward to doing some work with you and Neil down the road. And
Neil's my
man,
enjoy your time here. Thanks for coming out.
Man, and look, you guys have paved the way. I mean, like you guys set the template for how you do this. And like I told you, we spent the summer just learning. Just watching, you know what I mean? And you got some of your interviews, it just belly laughs. You know what I mean? Some people, and so, it's been inspiring watching you guys put this together, and we're trying to be like y'all.
Appreciate that.
I want to spend some time with Neil because I got a crazy feeling that me and Neil got a lot in common off camera.
Oh yeah. And I can tell you, 100%, 100%. That you want to talk about all the smoke?
Neil look like he's my guy.
Yes. Well, appreciate it, Stan. We got to get out there and golf too when you get back, man.
Yeah,
let's get out there and play. I've been working on my game.
You playing, Jack?
Not yet. I'm gonna get out there.
All right. I took Matt out there a couple times.
Schooled him.
Appreciate it.
Well,
but I've gotten a lot better since last time.
He got that long wingspan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, don't judge me off that. I've got a lot better.
When you can control it and you got that long wingspan,
trouble.
You become a beast out there.
Appreciate you, Stan. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Well, man, thank you guys for tuning in. All the Smoke live stream. We got more to come. This is finishing hour 3? Okay, so we'll be back
at 3.
At 3, we have a little break right now.
Yes.
Go get yourself some food.
Roll you one up.
Enjoy yourself. And we'll see you guys back at 3 p.m. with Roy Jones and Andre Ward. And then after that at 4 p.m. with me, Stak, Dre, and Andre to finish out the day. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys in an hour.
Hasai!
The fuck was that?
I've been watching Jelani. Why did I do that, Jelani? What you been texting me on?
Okay.